Ritual for Guitar Growth. I'm Jason, your host. As you may know, we are working on a bunch of new things. We have the metronome cranking away at 80 beats per minute. We're beginning today, like every other day, we're working through our two-finger permutations and these, and then the three-finger permutations, and then these, and then we're four-fingering it, and then we get the stretches. We might do some other stretches today. And if you are just getting started here with us, you are more than welcome to join us every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. This is a free, yes, I repeat, it's a free engagement. So we'll see you in the live chat. Hope to see you in the live chat. Good. So let's go ahead and just get started. 80 feels really good this morning. Good morning, Kevin. I see you, Kevin. Good morning. Let's go ahead and get started. So I already started this morning. I was at 200 beats per minute in the kitchen this morning. So we'll get it on my Telecaster, which I keep inside the house for that very reason, because we love to just love to play the guitar as much as we can. I wanted to remind myself that I also want to take a moment to set my intentions for the day, and I'll do that while I'm here. I'll work on my breath, get my back set upright and my belly, my core tight or strong, as tight as this old core could be, and then I'm going to get an intention set. And I don't know about you, but I usually like to do this kind of thing, and this works for me. It works for my practice, for my faith, and I hope that all that we do today on the guitar can benefit us and the health of ourselves and our families and our communities, and give us the strengths that we need. But really, I want to really just talk about today why we're doing this. So let's go ahead and get it started. Yeah. So this is feeling really good for me already this morning. I spend some time this morning I rise at 4:30. 4:30 every morning, and then well, almost every morning. Once in a while I'll sleep into 4:31, but I like to get started early in the morning. So I'm sitting in the kitchen with the dogs, and we've got the wood cook stove is rolling. We have tea, British tea. We have some British rounds going, and then I usually have a ginger sort of tea, or some sort of hybrid of that going. And I have the metronome clicking away this morning at 200, and I was working on triplets, triple or three attacks per beat. And I got thinking, sometimes when we do up tempos, I want to remind myself that we do not have to play everything that Jason's playing, because sometimes in many cases we're playing faster than what Jason's capable of, or in some cases we're playing slower than what the metronome is saying that we need to do. So what I like to do is play a couple of, basically get with the metronome. If I have to do the one click at a time, that's fine. If I have to do two attacks at a time. And then I create these little opportunities, these pockets of flourishes. And then eventually I'll be playing all of the rhythmic subdivisions that I am shooting for. But at most of the time, let's go ahead and take a look at 2 and 4, for example. Whatever I can manage to squeak out at that faster, subdivision. find that in my fret hand, some of my fingers work better than others. Some of my fingers, like fingers 3 and 4, I need to exercise those fingers more. I need to exercise those fingers more than I need to exercise fingers 1 and 2, for example, because they're not there, you know. They get all tight if I do these repetitions, you know. Or 5 attacks per beat or whatever, though that gets all tight in here, and I know that it does that for a lot of us too. So it's really important that when you're feeling that, to remember to breathe in good quality breaths in and good solid quality breaths out. Here we go with the 1 and 4 on 7 and 12. This stretch is so that we might be able to reach these techniques. Sometimes we might want to use just triadic approach. You know, we might want to use triadic approaches, which means that there's a large leap on the top of the guitar neck. But other times we might want to use, you know, other kinds of qualities. So these 4th finger stretches are essential, right? And that's why we do stuff like this right here. Just kind of fooling around, but you notice how I stopped breathing there for a moment? My whole fret hand just completely choked up, right? So it's important to keep breathing. It's important to make that breath work. So let's go ahead. We're going to stretch in a second here. So fingers 2 and 3 and 4 on 10, 11, and 12. We'll descend 2 and 3 and 4, and once we turn around on position number 1, you know what we're doing. We're just going to turn it around and ascend the fretboard with fingers 1 and 2 and 3. I'm not sure if last week I had a friend Glenn was watching last. I'm not sure if Glenn's watching today or if he's not watching today. But anyway, I'm happy to have you here. And if you are here, I'm just going to take a look when we stretch in the next couple minutes. I'm going to take a look at who all's here and I'm going to bother to say hello. And if you have any questions about especially the dedicated student membership level, those channel members, if you have questions about the PDFs that are coming your way, I know I've slipped a couple of those to other people, but if you have questions about any of the PDFs that are coming your way, just let me know. You know, email me and we can clarify, or maybe we can even hop on an email, or we can hop on a text or a phone call real quick. So fingers 1 and 2 and 4, and then we'll ascend 1 and 3 and 4. So the trick is to not forget that I just did 1 and 2 and 4. Frequently I'll do like one of those senior moments and then just kind of use fingers 1 and 2 and 4 the whole time, but that's okay. Just got to focus on what's going on here. This feels really good and really strong this morning. I'm hoping that you're feeling the same way. I guess I'm going to ascend 1 and 3 and 4. Mixing it up a little bit, just giving ourselves those breaks that we need. And then fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We'll go down, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we'll come back up 1 and 2 and 3, stretch 4. We'll descend 1 and 2 and 3, well, stretch 1 and 2 and 3, 4, also known as the kickstand exercise. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a quick breather, just a quick break, just to get through the morning morning stretches. Yeah, here we are. Good, and then descending that finger 1 and 2 and 3 and stretch. Stretch 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then what we'll do is when we're down there, because we don't need to reascend this pattern, this completes our session. Why don't we go ahead and we've come from 2 and 3 and 4 finger permutations, so we'll come back through the diagonal pattern once we reach position number 1. And like I said, if I'm happy to share and get everyone up to speed where we are currently at, if you want those PDF binders from Jason Carey Guitar, there's a 5x5 for guitar growth. That's a really good one to have, just a meditation on the guitar. 4 middle strings all the way down to position 1. And then what we'll do is we'll turn around and we'll send it up the top of 4 strings. And then what we'll do is we'll take a break. But if you need those, you're going to need those. We are getting ready to, in the next couple weeks, to shift up to 90 beats per minute for a little bit, for just a spell, just a quick spell, just to see what it's like. We're going to dip our toes in it, so let's get ready for that. And then what we'll do now is we'll just take a quick stretch. I want to see who all's here. Take a breather and do a quick little stretch. So you can get stretching without me if you'd like. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Zumanji, live coming from the small rectangle in the palm of my hand. That's kind of like that. That's a viewport you're talking about. That's right. It's funny how quickly things change. Good morning, honey. Okay, Zumanji. Morning, Jill. Good morning, Robbie. Good morning. Robbie, are we avoiding touching other strings with the fretting hand for proper technique or overkill? Are we avoiding touching other strings with the fret hand? Oh, with the fret hand. Yeah, the fret hand is going to be an important piece of this. It being the fret hand and all is 50%, you know, I don't know if it's 50% of the effort or not, but we do, in some cases, in some instances, for some techniques, we have to have bad technique where we touch other strings and then we smear over other strings, and in some instances we'll need complete fingertip only on the string or fret of the moment, because we want to coax certain overtone series out of the instrument. Those are advancing techniques, and it just shows that you're ahead of the curve in your approach to the guitar, Zumanji. It's a good question, and I would work on, let's answer that a little bit more fully and be a little bit more observant of it as we go along. Why don't we just do that, okay? We can do it together. So let's go ahead and just stretch that other arm. Don't forget the breath in and the breath out. It's also an important piece of this process. Boy, it feels good to breathe. Okay, here we go. Let's get that strap. Let's get that strap. Let's get locked and loaded. All right, just see what's going on in the cup here. Oh, hey, yeah, it's got a little kick, a little bite to it. Nice warm up, Uncle Wigga. So you must be a Gen Xer maybe. BD, I'm gonna Jat Duck, I don't know, BD, I'll call you BD. Joe Master, good morning. I like one, I do it on the bass. Hey, check out this bass. That's a pretty cool little bass, isn't it? Pretty cool. That's a pretty big bass. Good questions. I see a lot of players look double jointed to avoid touching other strings. If you're going to learn how to play the intro to like Winger's 17 or whatever, yeah, you probably need to be double jointed, triple jointed in some cases. My fat fingers have a hard time with that. I understand. I hear you completely. Mark, good morning. Good morning. Gotta run. Happy picking, everyone. In and out. Sorry to miss you, Mark. You take good care. Oh, you played stand-up. All right. All right, let's go ahead and really pick up the speed and try this one. Where is that on here? Something like that. Really cool chords though, aren't they? All right, so here we are, minor pentatonic. Let's go ahead and take a look through the ear. Let's skim through these. Just got a little skim coat on here. We're entering shape number 1. Got 1 and 2, did a 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a. Let's come up to shape number 2. So you can see how just approaching the instrument in a different feel, with a different rhythmic feel, permutations, that really, it can really define like how we sound, how we play, the melodic and note choices that we make. So let's go ahead and come down, we'll come down shape number 3. Shape number 3, I'll call it shape number 3A. I think this is shape number 3B for me because I think it's kind of like, I prefer the other one, you know, this one. That way I don't have to reach anything back, but it's, you know, it's okay, it's all good. It's a really good idea to become fluent in each one of these. Yeah, right, so if you're here in the morning this morning, it's, you know, this is one of those mornings where we're going through shape number, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with a minor pentatonic shape, the minor pentatonic, what I call the palace. It's just a collection of 5 pentatonic shapes that really work well on the guitar. Now I'm going to ascend the shape number 5, which means I'm at basically a different key from where I just was on shape number 4. We're going to talk about that stuff as time goes on. But right now, what we're doing is we're basically just building on the blocks, we're layering on the blocks, we're just stacking up the blocks to see how high we can make the blocks, how high we can stack them before they crumble and fall. All right, so we're done with that. Pentatonic's done. Wow, we're cruising. We've got 9 minutes left. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why we're doing this. What we're doing is we're basically comparing, we could play the C major scale across the neck. We could just play all of those notes from the C major scale across the neck and be totally discombobulated. But what I'd like to do is just run this program through the cycle 4 sequence. So we start with the C major scale on the 7th position. This is the first major scale of the cycle. It's root 6, and then root 5 is F major 7. And then we play the F major scale behind it so that we have basically the word, and then you say the word, then you spell it out, and then you say the word again, just like this, like this, the old spelling bee or whatever. So then we have B flat, so we're using B flat major 7. And this is one of my favorite shapes right here, because it can be, easily played. And it easily and quickly gets out of the range of the bass guitar player who's down here laying down the law. So here's another nice and then E flat major 7. And then A flat major 7. There are other ways to play this that shape as well. Then we have D flat major 7. And then G flat major 7. Right, so another thing to remember that each one of these shapes has a 2, a 5, a 7, a 7 half diminished, and then a major 7, right? So there's a 2, 5, and then a 1, and then often that 7 half diminished is used as a substitution for the 5, right, or the 5/9. So think about it like this, So I want to know all of the 2-5-1s in every key as well. Right, so I'm going to need that to be C major. And then F major 7, or F major scale, is 2, and then 5, and then the 1. Also use I need to know the 4th, 7th chord. The 4th shape is the dominant, or the minor 7 flat 5 harmony, which you can find in my Mustang Sally video. So if you want to learn more about the minor 7 flat 5 chord scale, you can go ahead and take a look, search Mustang Sally. And it's a great song to know anyway, so you may as well go check it out. But it's the minor 7 flat 5 chord that you'll be kind of absorbing there, and how to use it and apply it to songs that you know and love already. It doesn't sound like it's going to be very, you know, applicable to anything, but I'll show you how to use it, you know, and you can go rest assured it's kind of it's a good one to know. But that being what we'll do today, I really wanted to just start working on also, we've been visiting our singing voices. So we start with do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol. And then we go all the way back down to E, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do. F, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do, re, mi, fa, F sharp, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do, G, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do, A flat, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do. And as you know, this becomes a really great way to kind of like sing with the guitar. So for example, as we, if you were, you know, like in an Eagles cover band, you know this right away. Just another tequila sunrise. So there's a nice, you know, you can feel when you play a G chord, like especially an open G, like the Bob Dylan G, you know, like this one, that 3, 2, open, 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 and then 3 on the top. That G chord resonates. Most guitars, the tops and the backs, if it's a decent guitar, resonate to the point where you can actually feel that on your body, right? And then that's why some of us, like upright bass guitarists, get kind of like addicted to the instrument, because we get like, we typically will like the feel of that resonation, that resonating through our person, our bodies, and we love that feel, and we love feeling like in synchronicity with the actual instrument. And the guitar is great. It's harder to do with the piano unless you're laying on the thing, and near impossible to do with an electric piano. So the guitar is a great way, in my humble opinion, to learn how to sing along with your instrument. Laying down the law. Awesome. Learning the circle of fifths right now. Excellent. Chronos. We've got chronos. Circle of fifths. Circle of fourths. Same thing. Yep. Different directions. Excellent. Glad to have you here with us, Chronos. Stick around. You'll want to be here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. I do this every weekday morning. So I'm just going to work through a thing called do, re, mi. I'm just going to stay right here on the G chord. I'm not even changing the G chord. And it's, you can finger pick it. C in the bass, and then open D, and then E in the bass, and then F sharp. You might have to change some fingers around a little bit in order to make it happen again, but in order to keep the finger style pattern going, that finger roll, let's take a look when the thunder rolls. When you get that finger style moving, it's thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. It's a forward into a reverse roll. So I'm thinking 1, or do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you can try other things that go outside side of the major scale. You can use te, and then la, and then lay, back to sol, fa, stay on fa, but change it to a 4, a minor plagal cadence, and then back to do, do. It's really important to be able to hear all of the notes that are occurring inside of every chord that we play. So while I'm singing G or Do, I can hear all of the D, the Fa, the Sol, the Do, the Mi, and then the Do. I can hear those and absorb those. So I want to play only as quickly as I can absorb everything going on around me. It's like we're playing in a Celtics game, you know, when we're making the free throw. Everything else in the entire world ceases to exist for that one moment. You know, it's like what alcoholics call moment of clarity, you know. Then re, do, sol, do, ti, la, do, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, back to do. So that's a great way, another great approach to warming up with the guitar. And these are all things that we'll continue along with this year at 80 beats per minute. Happy you're here. If you want to get more out of this free morning ritual for guitar growth, you can join the channel membership level at Dedicated Student, where every week we do a live debrief for members only, and then you can join and do that. And it's just another way to just step one, get one step further into your world of being a guitar practitioner and just enjoying what we're doing together. Okay, so Kevin, I see Kevin's up. Thanks for not stepping on the bass player's notes. Tell it to the pianist. I know, we all have to live on the same planet together, don't we? It's tough. That's comping with a pianist, especially a jazz pianist, can be a real thing. You know, it's a real job, and get so many fingers and so many keys, and we only have so many strings, and so so it gets a little bit like the guitar. I quickly develop an inferiority complex, playing with a great pianist, but that's okay. Happy to be here, and thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. But I want to read Kevin's message because he always closes it down for all of us. And have a great day, everyone. Kevin Haas says, channel live chat moderator. Have a great day, everyone. Until tomorrow. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Kevin. And thank you for all of you beautiful returning people who make this come alive every day. So thank you very much. Great warm-up exercise, Unc. Thanks for your time as always, brother. And Jill is thanks. Jill's in the house. And Robbie later all. All right, until we meet again, I wish you all very